9 now.
The Radio Wammo Breakfast.
Suckling on the teat of tech.
With Paul Brislen.
Yes, talking high tech. Paul Brislen, twitter.com/Paul Brislen. Good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
Very well, thank you. Now let's concentrate on technology and how people are using technology to recover or communicate in the earthquake zone, and also how people outside the earthquake zone can help out in a technology context as well.
Yeah, well, that's right. I mean, we've all been glued to our TVs and radios and to the internet, keeping an eye on what's been going on if we're outside the city. But of course, the most vital role has been inside the city limits, and people texting, calling, telling the authorities where they're trapped. Staying in touch, making sure everybody's okay.
Yeah.
It has just been a phenomenal effort on the part of all the networks to keep these things running, even when their own houses and their own families are scattered. It's been very difficult for some of them to prioritise coming into work, and my hat's off to them. It's just remarkable.
Yeah, and of course there are businesses also in Christchurch that rely on technology heavy. In fact, there are a lot of just only technology businesses in Christchurch.
Yeah, well, that's right.
And they will. Some of them might be starting to think about, well, heck, how are we going to get back up on our feet, when we get everyone else around us.
Yes.
And there have been a lot of offers of help outside of the city for this.
Well, that's right. I mean, Christchurch, I don't think a lot of people realise, but Christchurch is a very tech-savvy city.
Yeah.
There are an awful lot of high-tech companies down there, and for those that are able to, in the next few weeks, start getting back to work and start thinking about carrying on, but rebuilding their business. Because don't forget, of course, they're still in rebuild mode from the last earthquake.
Yeah.
There have been a flood of offers on, as you've seen on the Foo Camp mailing list. The geeks are going to work. I sent out an email here at 2 to our members saying, look, if you're in Christchurch and you need something, let us know. We'll try and find you somebody. And if you've got space or stuff on offer. I've got an office here in Takapuna that's got room we could probably fit 8 to 10 people in here. We've got internet access and phones. If that's what it takes, then, come on up. We'll sort you out. We'll figure out a way of making it all work, just so that we can keep the businesses alive, because some of them will be struggling to cope as commercial entities in the weeks ahead.
Well, that's right. We were talking about the communications in Christchurch as well, and how all that's working out. Vodafone have got their truck, Optimus Prime.
Yes, the big red truck. This. I don't know if you've seen it. I got to have a run through it when I still worked at Vodafone, and it's the most astonishing thing. It's basically a giant shop on wheels that pulls up anywhere. It's a big container truck, a big Mack truck, in fact. It sticks out its limbs, and out pops this shop out of the side of the back. And it's more than that, though. It also has Wi-Fi capability, 3G capability. Last I heard, they were going to put a cell site inside the truck. I don't know if they've quite got that far yet. So it becomes, in effect, a mobile cell phone site, so that you can call in, recharge your phones, use the Wi-Fi, have a coffee, try and have a little bit of normality. You bring your laptop along and the Wi-Fi will be working. It's all free for everyone. Yeah. And away you go. Tommy Zone's doing something similar. They've opened up all of their Christchurch APNs, so you can if you can get a Tommy Zone Wi-Fi signal, you can connect for free. And Telecom's doing the same. There's a lot of effort going into keeping people in touch, because it's not just about phone calls anymore, is it? It's Twitter, it's Facebook, it's tracking down those people and being able to tell people outside the area that you're okay.
Yeah, that's been a big thing.
Oh, it really has. Brian Edwards has an astonishing tale on his blog. He and his wife, they have a daughter in Sumner, couldn't get hold of her. Nobody could get hold of them, not text or voice calls. They were getting quite frantic, and Judy, his partner, tweeted out, look, can anybody help us out here? And a friend of somebody on Twitter said, okay, look, my dad's in that part of Sumner, I'll get him to go along. Dad, sure enough, rocks up, knocks on the door, says, hi, you don't know me, I'm a complete stranger, I'm just checking you're okay. Your dad's worried.
That's a great story, isn't it?
That is just phenomenal. That is it's community and all those things that they say social media isn't. It actually is. It's the trivial. It's the being able to say hello to people and keeping them in contact. Now, trivial at its finest.
That's right. And one thing that also became apparent was the need to have, even if you don't use it all the time, a rusty old silly old landline.
Clearly corded landline.
That doesn't require power, that doesn't require being plugged in, but only plugs into the telephone socket.
That's right, because I think a lot of people don't realise the copper lines that bring your phone signal also provide a small amount of current, just enough to keep the phone connected. So, of course, once everybody moves to cordless phones, which are much more convenient, they require mains power to run. And that means when the power's down, your phone's down. So, everybody should have an old curly corded phone sitting in a cupboard somewhere, unplugged, ready to go. Just plug it in. You'd be surprised how often the phone lines stay intact, even when the power is down. I found it
astounding. There was actually a call out outside of Christchurch. Please, can you send your old style phones to Christchurch?
To Christchurch, yeah, that's right. And I think a lot of people have been doing that. I think the warehouse got involved, and Claire Curran from Labour Party was trying to organise something along those lines as well with Trade Me. And that's exactly right. Everybody, we're in New Zealand. We're a fairly disaster-prone country.
Yeah.
Everybody should have one sitting in the cupboard. That'll all fall away, of course, once we all switch to fibre. But we're talking at least the next 6 to 10 years. So I would have one sitting around until such time as we all upgrade.
Yeah.
It's so important. Have it as part of your disaster recovery kit.
Keep it around.
That's right.
Well, Paul,
right.
That's a lot of helpful information. Is there a particular website you think that that people can go to find links, say to finding those workspaces outside of Christchurch?
There will be shortly. We are in the throes of setting it up at the moment. We've got EQNZ is the Twitter tag. And we're going to build somebody who actually knows what they're doing is building a website which will allow us to upload all of these kinds of links, can we help? And then the link saying, yes, we need help. And we'll try and have one coordinated place. So as soon as we know, we can, I think it's going to be eq.org.nz. It's just a matter of whether that's live or not yet.
Yeah.
So, as soon as it's up and running, then that'll be the place to go.
That'll be and no doubt all the links will be shared around. Thanks.
Absolutely.
Thanks so much, Paul.
Anytime.
Cheers. Twitter.com/Paul Brislen.